Hey Calvary, Pastor Justin here. Wanted to check in with you today. One of the things I've been thinking about a lot over the last week or two as we've tried to, raise money to help the victims of the fire is just kind of how hard it is to accept help. And one of the things I want us to really think about and grow in the coming years is our ability to accept help without strings, right? Without earning it. Right? Because there have been a number of conversations I've had or overheard where people have, I think in well-meaning, honest ways said like, hey, consider this help payment for all the years of service to Calvary. And I would say a couple of things to that. One is that would be massively underpaying you if that's what we're doing here, right? You've earned far more than that, so many of you. But I also say, second, like that's not what this is, right? Like this is a gift. This is somebody who loves you trying to help you. And I don't want to blow things out of proportion necessarily, but I do think that it is a reflection of our ability to really understand grace, right? Like if we really understand the gospel, we would believe that everything God's given us, starting with our salvation, but really every breath that we breathe is a gift from Him by grace that we have not in any way earned or could ever pay back. And so what we're experiencing on this tiny little level, like our unwillingness or inability to accept a gift card, for instance, without some sense of like, well, I want to pay it forward or I'll pay it back or something like that, really is just a microcosm of our inability to accept grace. And that's one of the kind of ironies of the gospel is the offer of grace is this free gift of salvation that Jesus paid for. You don't have to pay Him back. You never could pay it back. And this deal that sounds so great, but is actually really hard for us to accept in real life. There's always something in the back of our heads that makes us think, gosh, I got to earn this back. I've got to make it right. I've got to serve. I've got to do. But that's not grace. Like that's law. That's legalism. That's everything that Jesus came to undo. So as people want to help you, try to help you in these coming weeks and months, let's remember that. Let's remember that these little gifts of money or gift cards or a ride or a house or whatever it is, they're gifts of grace. And our inability to accept them as such might tip us off to the fact that maybe we don't actually think of God's grace as pure grace, but something we've got to earn. So definitely something we'll be talking about over the coming months and years and for our whole lives, because grace is a difficult thing to get our heads around, but something I've been thinking about for us and want to see us growing as a community. So love you very much. Look forward to seeing you this Sunday.